They said, oh, India is dirty.
I mean, isn't India dirty?
Definitely, yes. Even the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, what the hell happened? Right?
And I think our government can work on that, because when we see that foreign delegates come, entire thing gets cleaned in a single day.
In India, for female travelers, certain areas I will tell her to avoid. As a whole India, we are ashamed of that particular situation, especially when someone harassing a tourist due to the India and Pakistan tension. So we had a huge group of 90 people coming to India with us, and then they were cancelled.
You said people are fine to go out today, couple of days after the Delhi bomb blast. Are they feeling safe?
In a Madrid main square, I was there, and there was a lot of media sitting, and a reporter sitting next to me, and she asked me, "Is Dharavi safe?" People who met in Germany, I was traveling with them. After traveling for a few days, one thing he told me, what he said? Krishna, if I travel in India for 2-3 months, or if I start living here, I will be throwing my garbage on the street. Because he gets used to that. If somebody traveling to India, or someone want to really enjoy India, they shouldn't see down. They should see up and then straight, not down. Why? A guy was riding a school bus and he just spat outside,
Okay.
And what he's going to teach the children there?
What's one advice that you would want to give to groups, families, and female travelers?
Even whenever I travel abroad, when I come back to India, I come out of the airport, sitting in a taxi or a rickshaw, while traveling, I look outside, I say, come on. If you're judging India just from a reel on Instagram, then it's a problem.
Every time you open the news and want to know something about India, you see something worrying. Conflict near the borders, pollution and hygiene concerns, unsettling stories about safety, and all those incidents that might make you wonder, is it still safe to travel to India? Today, I'm Krishnendu, and in this first episode of Reality Talks, we have someone with us who has seen it all. For over 20 years, he has taken ambassadors from all over the nations in tours in India, Jimmy Floyd from Chelsea, and even Rick Stein. Not just India, he has traveled all across the globe and has been the recipient of several international responsible tourism awards. Mr. Krishna Pujari from Reality Tours and Travel. Krishna, welcome to the show, first show of ours. Krishna, in this episode, we're gonna discuss India, all the wrong things it's making headlines for, and whether there's hope for travelers, guides, and the communities still left, for those who depend on tourism. So, the first question for you would be, where do you see the tourism and travel in India right now? Is it good?
Yes, definitely. See, India have everything, so especially I have traveled to many other countries, and if I compare India, it's the diverse culture of India, diverse custom of India, or the belief, all these things makes India completely different than other countries.
You have been in this industry for over 2 decades now. With everything that's going on, from global conflicts to local incidents, what's the reality on ground? Are people still coming to India?
Yeah, definitely. See, people still coming to India, even though there are, the media hyping up, certain news and all these things. There's still a lot of people coming to India.
By certain news, I think you are referring to the local incidents, like the recent bomb blastings in Delhi and the war with Pakistan, and the isolated Goa incident where a female traveler was harassed in a public beach. What do you make of these things? Are you saying that media is amplifying these incidents?
Yes, I can say yes, because see, I mean, the incident is incidents. As a whole India, we are ashamed of that particular situation, especially when someone harassing a tourist, right, a travelers. Yes, I completely understand. Of course, these kind of incidents, like harassing a traveler on the beautiful beach of Goa, so these things definitely making people concerned about traveling to India.
Okay, and so how do you feel? How does a tourist who's sitting in Europe right now should perceive these news? How they should see these news and what they should make out of it right now?
For example, if I'm here in India right now and I hear a bomb blast happened on the streets of Madrid, of course that will make, oh, should I go to Spain, right? The similar situation, I understand that, okay, but again, India is not all about that. Okay, normally I'm so proud to say that India is safest country to travel. It's not because I'm born and brought up in India. It's also not because I have my own travel company, right? It is also because of our culture. Our culture is about being safe, and also our culture is about Atiti Devo Bhava, right? What we
We
say.
welcome
We
people.
welcome.
We are
Yeah.
welcoming people.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's
Def-
like, the guests are gods.
Hmm.
Even when we travel around, so the way how we travel, when we travel, the conversation when we
Yes.
have in the on the streets of India,
Mhm.
199.9% is like travelers are gods. Especially the guests are gods. That
Hmm.
culture you can see in India. But these kind of things, somewhere, because of the bad incidents in India, they make the judgment, about India, for an incident happened in Goa, or for an incident, happened in Rajasthan somewhere with the traveler.
Definitely. We get that. Also, on top of all of it, the entire tourism industry from all across the globe survived a couple of years of pandemic. It was a huge setback, evident setback. Have we bounced back as a leader of a travel company, co-founder? What do you have to say? Have we came back to the pre-COVID era levels?
See, the right after the COVID, when the international borders opened, we
Mhm.
bounced back like crazy,
Okay. Mhm.
like, a lot of people, came to India. But after that, it's somewhere is lower right now. Maybe the reason is not because of the India, or it's because of the
Okay.
COVID, all those things. Maybe what happened is, for many years, people are kind of, they couldn't go anywhere.
They were devoid of any
Yeah,
travel,
travel, and then
so
suddenly, okay, now it's like the birds are were in the cage, and
okay,
suddenly open
they get to
the
fly and they
the
get to
okay,
fly to
let's
India.
go. So that's what
Definitely.
may happen. But after that, it's a bit low. Maybe the reason is, of course, the global tension, with maybe the war, happening there.
Krishna, the next question to you would be, give us an example to help us understand how the local news has affected any of the local news in the past couple of years that has affected your company, any particular transaction, booking, any such example.
Yeah, see, definitely. For example, due to the that India and Pakistan, the tension, so we had a huge group of 90 people coming to India with
Okay.
us, and then they were cancelled. And also, oh, in fact, someone who traveled with us for many years, a group, we planned to go to Kashmir,
Okay.
because of that Kashmir
Okay. Yes.
Pahalgam
Yes. Yes.
incident,
Yes. Yes.
so that group is cancelled.
Okay.
So, and also, for example, even Nepal, what happened in Nepal,
The Gen Z
just,
protest.
yeah, exactly. So we had a group traveling to India and Nepal together, right? And those tours are cancelled. So similarly, I mean, these are, I'm talking about, which is cancelled, which were already reserved and booked, right? And same time, maybe there are a lot of people you know, who cancel their plans, to come to India.
Okay, so when you say cancelled, what were they saying? What was the actual conversation like at that moment?
So mainly it's about safety. They
Okay,
they talk about, oh, we think it's not very safe to go to that region.
okay. And were there any thoughts to convince them that
Uh,
it's still safe?
no, see, of course it is still safe. And for example, after that thing, in Pahalgam, right? We have many group, traveling in Pahalgam
The
right now,
Kashmir.
Kashmir right now, right? In fact, I'm going with the group in April
Okay.
to the same area, right? Oh, in fact, the same people, the same group. which who are cancelled.
Those who cancelled earlier?
Those who cancelled,
Okay.
and they're coming in April 2026. I'll be going with them.
I'm given to understand that they are not worried about India in the complete outlook. They're worried about those isolated incidents, and they change their plan or they
Yes.
postpone it.
Yes, definitely. For example, I'll give you the Delhi bomb blast example, right? So it happened 2 days ago, right? We were about to cancel the tours, some of the tours we have in that area, like food tour of Delhi, right? And client said, "Oh, it's okay, no problem. It's we'll do it." And today, the tour is happening today, right?
So, are you assured? Are you happy with on the Indian infrastructure, the Indian administration, whatever they are doing to protect this travel and tourism industry, protect the travelers? You said people are fine to go out today, couple of days after the Delhi bomb blast. Are they feeling safe?
See, they are feeling safe. I mean, I don't know whether they're feeling safe or they're feeling, oh, let's just get the tour done. We were okay to cancel if they're feeling unsafe, right? But same time, see, if it is authority, I'm not here to judge the judge the authority here.
Okay, the administration and
I'm
security
not
in place.
here to judge those things, but these kind of things which happened in Delhi, Delhi a couple of days ago, as a citizens of India, every single citizens of India, we are against that. What happened?
Sure. Yes,
right?
of course.
Exactly. So now, if you tell me, is it unsafe to go? I mean, anything can happen anytime.
Definitely.
Right. I give you an example about safety in general. Okay. So once I was sitting in a media bus in a Madrid main square. I was there, and there was a lot of media sitting, and a reporter sitting next to me, and she asked me, "Is Dharavi safe to travel?" Because I was there to get this one of the WTTC Responsible Travel Award.
Okay.
Right, and she asked me this question.
What was your response to that?
Yeah, she asked me, "Is Dharavi safe to go?" I told her, "Okay, please look outside. That street which you can see outside, is that safe?" She said, "Maybe middle of the night, no." And I said, "Dharavi, yes."
Okay.
I said to her, but same time I told her, there are certain places, as you mentioned, you shouldn't be there in the middle of the night. Same time, there are places in India where certain time you shouldn't be there. Right? Or maybe you should know where you are going, why you are going, and with whom you are going, and when you are going, right, to that particular area. Right? Otherwise, India is safe. And then also I told her, all 5 fingers are not same size. Certain things can happen anytime. We can't predict those things.
Anyone asking you question this directly, any traveler, Krishna, shall I come to India right now? You would say yes?
Yes, definitely yes. But same time, I have a lot of people asking that question. Even, for example, when we do the one-to-one meeting to organize the trip, right? We do these kind of meetings with the universities. We do these kind of meetings with the a family, even a couple traveling to India. We do one-to-one discussion before planning the trip. So that time, one of the questions they ask, how about safety? Is it safe to travel? Because my grandmother said, no, India is not good. Or my parents said, oh, India is not what is that?
That's the general notion outside, that India isn't
exactly.
safe.
Yesterday, I was speaking to a school group in Germany, right, about the hotel arrangements, right? And I mentioned it's a 4-star hotel. It's a 4-star hotel, right? And the bed, of course, they want to keep students in a triple occupancy. A couple of rooms we have triple occupancy. And I said, okay, in this hotel, the mattress, they will put it on the floor. And the teacher says, no, maybe the something will crawl into the bed. Insects will crawl into the bed.
Okay.
You understand, because
so a 4-star restaurant,
a
hotel,
4-star
and they
hotel
still have that concern.
Exactly, something, an insect crawling into the bed. You understand? I mean, this is where this comes from, where these things, mentality comes from. Of course, certain media, certain things, certain mindset. I met a German family, an Iranian family who lives in Germany. I met them in Sri Lanka, and their concern, not to come to India.
Was
Safety,
okay.
hygiene,
Hmm.
especially hygiene. They said, "Oh, India is dirty."
Isn't it not? I mean, isn't India dirty?
I would say,
Compared to the other
okay,
nations.
definitely yes, definitely. I'm right now. I'm getting a bit upset,
Hmm.
angry,
Hmm.
because yes, definitely yes.
Hmm.
Because similar, I'll tell you a story also here.
Hmm.
When I was in Sri Lanka, I was speaking to a couple of girls standing and waiting for a train, and then of course I started the conversation, and then they said, and I said everything about India. I said, oh, India is amazing, India is great,
Hmm.
India is a lot of culture, the customs, and beautiful. We have South India, North
Yeah.
India, castle, all these things. I said that, and then at the end I said, India is bigger and better, you must come to India as an ambassador of India. I said that to them, and then
They
what
were
happened?
upset. They got upset.
No, you know what happened? There was a family,
Huh.
a Sri Lankan family sitting next to us, then sitting there. Of course, I was standing. When I said that, I was leaving, and the guy called me, excuse me, excuse me.
Hmm.
I said, yes, sir. Oh, you should also tell them India is dirty and filthy. It's a truth. It's happened to me at Nanu Oya train station in Sri Lanka.
And did you defend the stance of
Okay,
India?
yes, of course I defend. I
Hmm.
defend because I have to defend. I tell you
Definitely.
how I defend.
Mhm.
Okay, when the guy said to me,
Hmm.
"Oh, tell them India is dirty, India is filthy." Also, then I said, "Oh, you are right, sir. But same time, we are changing. We are trying to change.
Mhm.
But India is 20 times bigger than Sri Lanka, and maybe
Definitely,
that
yeah.
is the reason." But I said
Things.
that, and I said, "Thank you, sir," and then I left. But to be honest with you, I was not happy with my answer. Of course, when you have a bigger house,
Mhm.
same time you have a lot of people in your house,
Okay, so a lot more resources to
lot
work
more
with.
resources.
Mhm.
Imagine, I mean, recent news, right? We are talking about an Irish guy coming in India and starting a Clean Up India campaign, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
what I'm saying, everybody, like India, right? India, you go to anyone's house, you go to the poorest house,
Mhm.
isn't house is clean? They do everything to
Yes.
make sure the house is clean. They keep their shoes outside the out. You know why Indian culture have keeping the shoes outside the house?
And to keep the house clean.
Exactly.
Inside the
So
house clean.
India is, why
So,
can't you take
so
India as your country,
are you
as your
saying?
house?
Are you saying as us Indians are we are lazy when it comes to taking care of things beyond our personal belongings? Beyond our own house and beyond our own courtyard. We we don't take that sense of responsibility when it comes to public places and all those
True,
things.
true, exactly. I see that every day. I even tell people, look, if you consider India as your house, the automatically you will think I need to take care of my house.
Sure,
That is not
definitely.
happening.
Yes.
Yesterday, I was riding my motorbike. A guy was riding a school bus, and he just spat outside,
Okay. Mhm. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And it's directly hit me,
Mm.
a couple of spills here. I just went to him, I said, what's this? And he says, sorry. Imagine a guy was driving a school bus and what he's going to teach the children there. These all affects, because we see that. Even for example, sometimes, of course, now we don't, when we are traveling in India with the group of foreigners, I make sure I don't, whatever I eat, chocolate or whatever, I keep that in my
Exactly,
pocket.
that was my point
But
also.
yes, I do that. Even one other thing I tell, one other thing I train people, right? I train all our tour guides. What I tell them, don't do this in front of people. But also, in general, you don't do it. I teach them.
Don't do what?
The throwing garbage on the floor, or
Okay.
or spitting outside.
Yes,
Don't.
one of the stories I have to tell that while traveling in trains, I see people throwing the bottles outside the window, and I always tell them you can just throw it below your seat. If you are that lazy that you cannot go to the dustbin, I mean the next option is please throw it in. And they are saying why dirty the train. I said which is easier to clean, the outside track or the train inside,
Yeah.
which gets cleaned every 24 hours or after every trip?
True,
Incidents.
exactly. Oh, the same people, the
Hmm.
people who met in Germany, I was traveling with them for about like 12 days in North India. The guy said, if I live in India, okay, now this is what happened. Every time something, he takes, he goes, searches, garbage bin, and then finally he finds one, or, he put it into the garbage bin, okay?
Mhm.
And after traveling for few days, one thing he told me, what he said? Krishna, if I travel in India for 2-3 months, or if I start living here, I will be throwing my garbage on the street. He said that to me.
Okay.
You know why?
Because he
Because he
sees.
get used to that. He said that to me. Forget about it. Someone who traveled with me for all over India, her name is Robin Kildy. Okay. I always remember her about, when you think about the garbage and all these things. She tells me, Krishna, if somebody traveling to India or someone want to really enjoy India, they shouldn't see down. They should see up and then straight, not down. Why?
Isn't down the real India? I mean, that's a part of real
It's
India.
true, but she says if somebody want to avoid that,
Okay.
there are garbage everywhere. She said that. Of
So-
course, these kind of things makes outsiders okay whether I should travel to India.
Let's move to the next question. Okay. Okay. We talked about hygiene. There's another concern, pollution. Also there, Delhi has been ranked one of the topmost city in India. Okay, after so many years, Delhi has taken the first ranking there. Is that concern reflects while travelers are making their bookings? That does that concern comes up?
Definitely, yes. Right now, there is an example going on. A group were, coming to Delhi because of this news. They avoiding Delhi. They say we come to Delhi, and from Delhi we straight want to go to Jaipur.
Okay.
We don't want to stay in Delhi. Why? It's of course affecting. All these things, whether the incidents like the bomb blast, or whether the health and hygiene, or whether the pollution, everything affects tourism for sure.
Okay. So, building on that, Krishna, tell me that all of these tourists, after the tour commences or it completes, have they left transformed? Have their thoughts changed, or their impression of India? Has that changed, or it remained the same and they are still glad to visit India? What happens?
Yes, 100% of people who traveled in India with us, they want to come back to India. I give you two examples, okay? I mentioned this German family who met in Sri Lanka, they came to India, and now already we are planning for them to come to South India. Okay? And I give you great example, nobody else, the Robin Kildy, the name I took from Australia, right? So her husband, okay, Robin traveled to India few times before her husband traveled.
Okay.
All the time he travels, even when Robin is here, he go to Maldives for snorkeling and all.
So he avoided India.
Always avoided India. Okay, always. Okay. So somehow I had a meeting with him. Krishna, you are the one who can convince my husband. Great. Okay. And I had a nice meeting with him and all, and he came first time. Okay.
And what was his impression?
I will tell you the impression. Okay. First time I convinced him to come to, and he came. Now he's planning his third visit. April, the Kashmir and Nepal and a little bit of Rajasthan, which he missed previously.
Okay.
You understand, right?
That's good to hear.
This is exactly. I mean, this is exactly we are talking about, right? India. Once you come to India, you will definitely fall in love with India.
Okay, so when it comes to safety, we are again circling back to safety. What's very briefly, what's one advice that you would want to give to two groups, families and let's say female travelers? Couple of advices for both of them.
Okay, if it is a safety and security, India is very safe. I won't say any, it's not because I'm in the travel industry. I would say it's very safe because I'm only talking about this with my experiences. So traveling with people within India.
Stopping you right there, haven't you as a male individual, haven't you ever felt that I'm unsafe at this point of the night or robbed?
No. That never ever happened. In India, never. I have been to almost every inch of India. Okay. I never felt unsafe.
So
I never felt. But okay, if it is uncomfortable, I take it. Okay. For example, being in that Chandni Chowk area when like when a lot of crowd, I felt uncomfortable.
Okay.
Okay, you understand?
So for the female travelers, let's
Okay,
say,
now
for
I'll
example.
come back to female traveler. Yes, in India, for female travelers, certain areas I will tell her to avoid. For example, if I have a friend of mine who's female, if she's traveling to certain areas of Delhi, I will tell her not to go.
So
Because two reasons. One, it can be very crowded. See, India have even in the local trains of India, right? There is a separate compartments. Why? Because for safety and comfort as well. Correct. And that way, certain areas as a female travelers, you need to avoid. That's what I would
So
say.
you're saying we should research well, because this advice, I'll disagree that this advice might not apply to all the Indian places. In Kolkata, you'll find it all closed, after 11. But Mumbai has a great nightlife, and even Delhi has it. But for Delhi, you can say time restrictions are there. You should be more careful after a certain time. But for Mumbai, you shouldn't. So, how about that? Should they research well into the cities they are traveling to India?
Okay, if you're a female traveler, yes, you need to be little, I mean, it's everywhere, I think. I think it's all over the world, right?
Okay.
So,
And not just India.
not just India, So, certain places where when you're going, you need to do little research where you are going or why you are going, and what time of the day you are going and what time of the night you are going, right? It can be because, see, certain times, certain things can happen. Maybe a group of boys might approach you and say, "Oh, let me take a selfie." Maybe they just want to take a selfie, but for me,
But that's an uncomfortable situation.
Exactly, that is uncomfortable situation. That will happen. That happens all over India.
So while making the itineraries, or or working on it, giving it some thought, do you keep these considerations in your mind?
Definitely, yes. And also we do, even when we lead the tours, we speak. We tell them, okay, certain things. For example, taking a selfie not only in the middle of the nights on the street, it also happens outside Taj Mahal.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
So someone
Female, I'm talking about the female.
someone approaching a female for selfies.
Yes, selfies. Because they may want to put that on a Facebook and say, "Oh, look, I found a white girl as a as a girlfriend." They might do. It happened. Okay. And same time, okay. Normally, when I travel with the group, okay, if there is a family, a mother with the child want to take a photo, yeah, if you're comfortable, please do it. Because they want to say, "Oh, I met a foreigner, a guest." That moment is taking you as a guest of India.
Okay.
But if there is a group of boys and one guy will go, "Hey, let me take a," of course, it's uncomfortable, but that might happen with you. So these things, if you know, okay, how to avoid those things. If I'm traveling, right? If I'm traveling with the group of, say, girls, right? If one guy comes and asks for one photo, I'll say no. But if can we take a group photo together? Everyone with the family. Oh, great! Yeah, let's take a group picture. Even I take their picture too.
Okay, right? Sure. So, after all of this, I mean, we talked about pollution, we talked about safety, we talked about even wars and the local incidents. After all of this, do you think it's time for you, as one of the key leaders in this industry, uh, to reclaim India's tourism story, back from snatch it from these headlines and reclaim it back to the previous things, I think, which I would like to know from you, more about the culture, the diversity, and the good things that's going on for India. So do you feel that something needs to be done from your side?
We take ourselves as ambassadors of India.
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
Of course, we talk about good and bad, but India is, for me, there is a lot of good things. Yes, if it is about authority or even personally also, I'm not saying the garbage on the street is authority's responsibility. I take it as my responsibility as well. So as an Indians, everyone should take the responsibility of those things and change that first. And then, as a tour side of thing, we are already doing. We talk about the great cultures of India, the customs of India, the diversity of India, whether it is the religion or whether it is festivals or celebrations. It's a country with the full package.
Definitely,
You understand?
I mean,
So it's everything is here.
everything is.
For example, let's talk about South and North India, right? I tell people the North India is like fairy tale of India. Fairy tale. I tell people because when you think for me, I say that okay. When you think of North India, we talk about the wars, the Mughals, the Rajasthan, the kings and queens, the castles and fortress, the palaces, right? And the South India is completely different than that because it's more the culturally more diverse. The South India, because of course I'm from South India, so whether it is each states of India have completely different culture, different language. For example, of course, North India also have that language barrier, but North India, if you really see, more Hindi works.
Yes, I
Correct?
mean, it's more or less they can understand each
other. But South India, no. Even if you don't speak, if you're from Karnataka, if you go to Andhra Pradesh, you can't survive if you don't know a little bit of Telugu. But think about I have my friends, right? My friends from Delhi who do tours all over North India. When they go to Tamil Nadu, they call me. Krishna, help me with this.
Of course, they'll get stuck there.
Exactly. So this is diverse, See, again, for me, each and every part of India is different. Every state of India is different because it has its own language, own culture, own food items, own food, own beliefs as well. For example, okay, something funny I always tell people when I travel. Sometimes I speaking to my friends, I say, oh, you know what? Today I'm introduced to one more god in Hinduism. The Naujil, Uttar Pradesh, where we are working since many years, where we have our community projects, right? There, within the village, I was introduced to 5 different gods. You understand? So these things, that is why India is very diverse. There are a lot of things are there. So these things, of course, as a as an ambassadors of India, we show these things to the people who's traveling to India.
Okay. What would be your statement to the authority, to the government of India?
Right now in India, for me, I see as the hygiene, of India is terrible. That is the most important thing when we talk. When I travel with the group, that's the most important thing we see.
And I think our government can work on that, because when we see that foreign delegates come, entire thing gets cleaned in a single day.
I'll give you an example. No, not only foreign delegates. Yeah, I will give you an example. Okay, if our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, if he is traveling to certain area, there are examples they cover the street.
Yeah. So
right? What I say, please. Okay, of course. We started what is that called? Clean India campaign 15 years ago. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, right? Clean India campaign started 15 years ago.
Yes.
Why India is still? I'm sorry to say, but maybe some people, Indian people, will see this podcast. They might, come after me, get angry. But it's a truth. It's a truth. So of course, India is dirty. If I compare India even with Sri Lanka, even countries like our neighbors like Malaysia, Singapore. Of course, Singapore is the cleanest, right? Even whenever I travel abroad, whether it is Spain, USA, or wherever, when I come back to India, I really tell. I come out of the airport, sitting in a taxi or a rickshaw while traveling. I look outside. I said, "Come on, I don't. It's a truth. I say that. Come on, So if it is message to authority, not only authority, everyone as an Indians, let's try to change it. Even the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, they started, right? They started politicians and celebrities coming and cleaning something with the broom and mop, taking selfies, putting it on Facebook and everything. Media. What the hell happened?
It has died. The campaign has
died. I tell you why. But if they would have started this campaign from the school, I'm talking about, there would have been a lot change up to now.
Changing the minds of the young.
15 years, okay.
The young minds.
Exactly. I think what they should be doing is they should start a curriculum or some kind of curriculum in the school about the cleanliness of India. then I think another 20 years, India will change for sure. So that's something I would tell authority, because this is at some point it is affect. Of course, we are talking about the tourism, right? It is affecting. For example, if I feel okay, someone's house is dirty, will I go there?
Definitely not.
No,
So,
right?
yes.
Definitely, I won't.
Commencing the podcast and coming back to the very basics of everything, what's the message of hope, positivity to the travelers who are outside India, who want or have made some plans to come to India? What's your message to them?
India is a lot, so many things. It's beautiful. I would say it's really beautiful. But certain, for example, if you're judging India just from a reel on Instagram, then it's a problem. But
Definitely.
there is a lot to explore in India. There is a lot to see in India. There is a lot to understand in India. So then you should definitely come to India.
Going, I think you missed this. That is there any concern that media amplifies the negative things more than the positive things? I mean, positive things cannot make a good news. It won't get the
Exactly.
TRP.
Okay, you
So,
answered your question
sorry.
already. You already answered.
Okay.
Exactly. True.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm not saying media only portraying, or media or influencers, only portraying bad things. I won't say that.
So news gets amplified, and I think the message to the travelers would be that you keep this thought in mind, that this is a negative news. Of course, you're gonna hear more of it, but for the good things, you have to research. Right?
Research. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you have to search.
Hmm.
What is beautiful in India.
You
I mean, see, not only, okay, we are talking about traveling in general, right? Not only that, even certain things, right? Where to go, what to do. For example, I'm mainly traveling all over the world because of responsible travel. What is responsible travel? So you need to know, you need to search why you are, for example, certain activities, why you will take it, with that, who benefits, you understand. So those kind of things, everything you need to research, because see, now your information is in your palm, right?
Yes.
Right, you just have to search. You just, your fingers should,
You're a few clicks away from the actual information.
exactly.
Okay. So I think the gist of all of it is that the ground reality is still different. India is still welcoming. Atiti Devo Bhava, travelers are gods. We see them as gods. We are to them as welcoming. And I think there's still a lot of real India to be left, to be discovered, to be traveled, and to be explored.
Yeah.
So I think that would be it. Thank you so much, Krishna, for sharing your thoughts. It was
Welcome.
nice having
Thank
a
you.
chat with you.
Thank
And
you.
for everyone listening out there, if you want to see the real India, keep following us, Reality Tours and Travel. Visit our website, Reality Tours and Travel. And until next time, keep questioning, keep traveling, and keep seeing the real
And
India.
keep commenting.
Keep commenting. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.